Now, I want to ask you about your artwork and your Etsy store, but before we do that, that's the tease. I wanted to ask you about your psychologist background and how you
Mm.
think about being a healthy adult and how play helps that, but really just the whole concept of happiness and healthiness as an adult. Because I think for me, I've noticed that what we see in society is a very capitalistic and sort of
Mm.
societal pressure to be some version of like the American dream or something in order to be happy and
Mm.
successful. And certainly healthy has gotten weird as well. And when you think about those kind of things, or when you're helping other people, um, what role does play have in being a happy, healthy human?
Mm. Um, I mean, numerous thoughts come to mind about that. My first one is just rather foundational, and that is for some people, it hasn't always been uh, safe, even if emotionally safe, to play. And a lot of people have had to grow up really fast, where there was enough pain and suffering in the household and with the parent or parents that a lot of kids feel, wow, whether it's because of parents with alcoholism or with um, all kinds of different stresses or depression or different things. And so sometimes the kids learn, boy, I've got to grow up really fast and kind of be the parent or be the adult in the house. And so they have to kind of forego playing, which is also foregoing sort of short circuiting imagination, right? Because I think imagination and play are so intertwined. And imagination, I think, creates that's like its own whole part of the conversation, the
Yeah.
power of imagination.
Well,
But
for me, it means hope and
yes,
uh, optimistic, right? That you
yeah,
can't really imagine. Well, I guess you can use your power of imagine to imagine all the horrible things that'll go wrong. But I think when
and
we're talking about this
anxiety.
creative imagination
Hmm.
and playfulness, it's hard to be stressed or to feel too hopeless if you're imagining fun, playful future items or
Yes.
creating something out of nothing.
I think that's absolutely right. And in fact, as I was listening to you, I was also just remembering the research that shows that people who have any kind of trauma in their background, um, they have forgotten to imagine. And so, one of the encouragements as a therapist is to say, I want to really even give you an assignment that will be therapeutic for you to spend some time, even if it's just a few minutes in it each day, um, in imagination. And that literally taking time to do that, whether it's I'm going to make up a story or I'm going to, it could be so many things um, that I'm going to make up a new recipe. I mean, right? So many things that actually will be a healing force for the trauma.
I think so, and I think a lot of that research has shown that the future me stuff, and even going back to Victor Frankel and the
Mm.
World War and stuff, like being
Mhm.
able to see yourself out of it and having hope for the future is a big part of staying mentally well.
Yes,
For sure.
exactly. You know it. Victor Frankl, who, for
Yeah.
those who don't know of him, was a psychiatrist who was in the concentration camps in World War II. And one of the things I'll never forget reading by him is that the people who were most resilient in the camps never stopped planning for their future against all hope, right? Of all places to actually imagine still having a future. People who'd say, when I get out of here, I'm going to start a bakery or whatever. And that those were the prisoners who were most resilient, which says a lot about our very whole lives, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That no matter the stress, because we all have stress at least at certain points, that's how important it is that we continue to imagine forward and inward and So thank you for mentioning Viktor Frankl.